Envision objects can be associated with an unlimited number of attributes. These can be explanatory, such as name or description. Or they can be numeric and used in calculations. In fact, there are over 10 different attribute types. Some Envision modeling techniques entail keying in attribute data at the time the object is created. But there is also a requirement for bulk upload of data from other sources. A simple way of achieving this is to use Microsoft's Excel as an intermediary. If you can get your data into Excel, then you can get it into Envision. It's so straightforward. There are two main import processes: importing data for objects that already exist in Envision, and creating new items, complete with associated data, and importing them into Envision. This is a really quick way to populate the Envision repository. First, let's look at adding data to existing objects. Open a diagram in the relevant model. In our example, it's business process. Now you want to identify the objects that will be associated with your new data. The easiest way to do this is to run a matrix report. Create a new matrix report for item, attributes by class. Select the class, business process. Then select the attribute names, or perhaps you would recognize them as data field names. In our example, it's metric 1 through 5. Select the OK button to run the matrix report. You can enter the data here. But, if there is a lot of data, you can export the data to Excel, and use Excel's facilities to get the data into the fields. There are two ways to do this. You can export the data from the matrix report, or use Windows copy and paste. Copy and paste will be familiar to you. Select all the data and press Ctrl+C to copy the data to your clipboard. Paste into Excel. Insert a row at the top and enter the field names. Alternatively, you can use the Envision Export function. Select File, Export. Create a file name at your chosen location. Press OK, and the system will ask whether you want to export the column headers. You should do so, unless you have a reason not to. We have the same result. Your Envision fields in Excel. Get the data into the available cells. You can remove any object names from column A, if you have no data for those items. We are going to upload data for over 400 records. Select the rows and columns that have data. Copy the cells and paste them anywhere on your Envision diagram. In this example, the data field names are already matched. But this is your opportunity to match up fields with different names. Click OK, and the system will tell you how many records are going to be changed. It's a useful final check. Click OK again, and your data is imported into your Envision model. Let's look at a spec sheet to see the newly imported data. The 5 metric fields now have data. It is also straightforward to create new items, and to upload them with associated data, gleaned from multiple sources. This method of importing data into Envision is heavily employed by users starting a new project or creating a new model. As an example, let's say an organization wishes to set up a business capabilities model. The team holds workshops to define existing capabilities. Then, by taking a straw poll, they subjectively assess the current status of each one. At this point, they can gather all the information into an Excel spreadsheet and upload it into Envision to create a business capabilities model that can be further developed, to align broad business tasks with value streams, or processes to objectives, if you prefer. It's a trouble-free method to get a kickstart to any project. When the data is on an Excel sheet like this, just copy and paste it onto any diagram. As we showed you previously, you check that the data fields' names are correctly matched. Envision then advises how many records you are going to create. And, if that's correct, you press OK, and let Envision do all the hard work of creating items and adding data.
So, what have we learned?
If you can load your data into Excel, you can drop it into Envision. It's a simple copy and paste process. This data upload process can save time. Lots of it.
Thanks for watching.